And we're off to the races here between Monte and One Win. Mirage. One Win's pick, but a map that Monte really likes to play. This is going to be an early test, I think, whether the firepower of Monte can hold up against the slightly more organized One Win. Boost up in the apps early on. This is really aggressive. Krasnal's taking this space. He's going to find contact early and deleted. Nickelback finds that scalp, and now the pressure's on towards B. Rotations are swift, but maybe not swift enough. Certainly not to save SDY. Bomb down in just a matter of moments. Little these catwalk players can do to deny, and the question is, can DemQ stay alive in market? No, he cannot. Dinked up, still living for the moment, but his teammates are gone, and DemQ getting run right down.
Endless action, of course. The B-Abs boost is pretty common, but he didn't expect to peek into that many players, and his teammate on the bomb side, that was SDY, wasn't alive for long. Rotators tried to do work. There wasn't any utility down, so they could take all the jewels they liked, but can never get those connections, so good pistol for One Win. They looked absolutely sensational yesterday on Mirage, and I'm sure that's a big factor to why that pick comes in. Bit of a comfort map for the fresh squad. At least in terms of the changes.
Woro just decides he's not happy having some health in this round, so he sticks around in the Molotov for a while.
These are the training weights before we get into the gun rounds.
Yeah. I will be honest with you, Alan. I think this is going to be one of the quickest maps of Counter-Strike we've ever cast. This round,
I cast some Asians, yes. So I guess you can say we. That really has to hold up.
Yeah, I don't think I can beat that.
Well, actually, I was on the on the watch party watching Ents G2, and that was the fastest pro game I've ever seen. At least in terms of the speed of the rounds themselves. But yes, you're right. Certainly, Monte very aggressive. One win, at least in terms of the Mirage, they were spriteful yesterday. Wasn't always the case on the other maps, though, was it?
No, and I think they may adjust as well. Look at this; they're leaning in towards the B take. They've got no information.
Oh, the bomb taking back.
Actually, Tetris. Yeah, he's got
Forrester,
so much space.
yeah.
He's calling for it. They're not detecting contact in towards Con. So at this point, if Forrester has this vision, if they have Con, they're assuming that it's at most a retake setup. Maybe there's a player ticket. Maybe jungle. There's just not a lot of options. You can see they're being wary because they know you can't let these multiplayers into the round, even if they just have Deegs. And well, they're not going to. I don't know about that plant spot. Nickelback. Oh, good.
Yeah, I think they were most scared actually of Palace. They were going in. I don't think anybody had cleared it, so that might have been the plant. But yeah, with that much time left, you don't want to be open to cat. And we're going to get one of the rare 10-man alive. Nope, not after this engagement.
Nope.
Still though.
Says my round. I
He
wonder if there's any bad
it.
blood between Boomich and SDY, considering SDY replaced him on Navi. I mean, they're both out now, so
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, we won't dig up buried hatches, but the way Boomich fell out of the team was obviously predicated on more reasons than just gameplay, and SDY coming in was almost who's the best Ukrainian player we can get that's on the market and not on the contract. That's kind of how that move sort of developed. Have to say, I prefer his alias unabbreviated.
SDY?
Yeah, I like the full length.
Yeah.
Maximum extension.
But I also understand from a marketability perspective, making it a little more family-friendly, shall we say?
It's a good one that's cracking on the cast, isn't it? When he has a big round.
Boomich gets things started here. I mean, they basically say 4 sets from the last, right? So it's a redo of the gamble stack round. This time they might be shifting in towards A at the right moment. Forrester's again seeing if he just gets lit out on towards the site, and he kind of does. DemQ looking for this. DemQ spotted. Forrester takes a moment to realize what's happening here, but with this Molotov, he should secure the kill. DemQ kind of stuck, but oh my goodness. The might of that dig is something to contend with indeed, and Boros found a kill elsewhere in towards mid. This is going to get spicy. Travis, that's a little ambitious. Flashbang not working out, and suddenly this is fallen apart. Boros having a massive round when they need him. This is the firepower promise of this team. Boomich, he'll attempt to bring this back. He's got 45 seconds to work with, so he can pick either site. But he seems like he at least wants to test in towards A, thinking they might have rotated off, having not seen him for a while. And if he waits, it does seem like they might be doing that. It's not going to wait, though, Alan. Oh, he's found the perfect timing.
All going B. Now Krasnow comes back, finds the angle, calls the information, and wow, even a bomb plant from here would be quite a result, I think, for Boomich.
It would be. It would be. You take down the first, but everybody else is there. Quite the round to steal back. Monte, it takes them 2, but the force buy pays off.
What a disaster round, though. I mean, they get this clean entry. Forrester walks out, sees 1A. I don't know how Boris got the first kill in mid. Maybe a window smoke was a little bit late or something, but I'm a little bit perplexed about how they gave up so many opportunities. I also thought, after Forrester started seeing a couple players on A, maybe turning around was the option. They knew players had saved. They knew it was, you know, it could be getting a little bit frisky with the pistols in the mix. So, I don't know. A few errors creeping in and 1 win. Thank God the round before was so clean. They can get a full buyout again.
To me, that jump through Colin was the moment where it unravels.
We saw some of those yesterday, didn't we, from Travis? The flash through the smoke is seems to be a marquee play of the man.
He does like to do it. He does like to do it quite a bit. And when he's on, when it looks good, but can also wind up with a 6 and 17 scoreline before you know it, if it's not hitting.
It's one of those things where you have to, you know, beg the question of up against pistols.
Yeah.
Is it worth the risk anyway? And you're putting yourself in a spot where you're going for a smoke up against close range weapons. It's not necessarily playing the best percentages.
There's a minute left on this clock. They've only got 1 set of util, though, so Boomich is just going to try and flash his teammates out. There's a lot of crosshairs here. There's 2 and 1 that can rotate in quickly. Waro will find the first, Krasnov the next. They're going right into the prime setup here for Monte, and this is looking a little disastrous. 1 kill found, but a bomb plant? That's a different ask. Travis be finding the possibility. Damage onto SDY. He's forced him into a corner. If he can get this kill, it's a lot of possibility. Problem is Boomich is low, so he's tucking. He's wary of the apps rotate. It's a 2v2. Travis making something out of nothing. It should have been all said and done. Instead, comes down to Boomich, who's just going to try and force this plant. I think might just get it out. No!
One thing they lacked for coming into the round was the utility. Didn't give them a great deal of options, and Monte made a great read. They had 3B at the time of the hit. Of course, Waro holding the cross. 1-win wanted to be explosive. They didn't have enough flashes to put one through. You put it through the jail window to catch the cross. They didn't have the nades for that. So, whatever inspired that read, maybe some information, maybe the close ramp guy said, we're okay, leave us alone. Whatever was the impetus, it worked magnificently.
Don't use that word enough. In towards mid. Boros and SDY will lock this down.
I think it's been my word of the month. I love saying it at the moment.
It's a good word. Sometimes you get one of those that just gets stuck in your jaw and can't help but use it. It's a little bit of a trap as a commentator, right? Those brain worms, Forrester and Travis, worming their way through to potentially around. Forrester's left a bomb behind, though. Have to go back for that. That might leave him a bit exposed, but no. Doesn't have to go into the full face angle. And all right, mid-fight actually could work out for them. They want to draw the CGs in. They can thin up the numbers. That's exactly the kind of fight Forrester wanted. You can't get sucked in here. They've got mollies and nades, Alan. They could just destroy the top mid presence, but they won't throw them. They'll rely on the utility, or on the guns, rather. Waro's coming out. USP out. Oh, he still gets it. Waro, that's unreasonable. Now he knows where the last is. The op can come back, and Travis, pick your poison. Where do you want to go? 40 seconds, but you need to make your choice now. He'll go with the devil he knows. Devil in front of him, and Waro, that devil, is out of here. They're assuming the rotation. That's actually going to allow Travis closer. 30 seconds, though. It's going to be very hard to actually get this bomb planted. It'll have to be default, and even then probably needs to kill Waro before it comes through, because they've got mollies.
Well, they know where he is now that he shot. No reason to move away from this, and I don't know how he gets past these angles. No chance. Warrow already set up, and did Travis knock his mouse or something? He cleared left there, close ramp, and shot the wall. That didn't help his campaign.
This is some spicy rounds. Thought World was about to get caught, but knife out, never going to be a formula for success, and he's just so dang good on the mechanics.
It might have been a one round for Monte, but one win do so much given the investment. Keep this cash so very limited for the CD side. Nades are set up to go onto A here soon. It's only DemQQ near the bomb site. Are they actually going to contact this? Here we go. Top con smoke, deep jungle, flashes in. DemQQ goes down immediately. There's nobody else nearby.
No, smoke's up. They can't do anything about this. Some teams would call a save already at this juncture. Boomich as well into underpass is going to be a valuable
They need
position.
to, don't they? Look at the money. It's awful.
Pretty atrocious. Warrow down. That's the op. Yes, SDY got a kill, but it's not enough. And now that they know that underpass presence is there, they're going to have to be so focused on this. Boros deleted. What a shot for Nickelback. And that's the round. That's got to be the round. And saving is a precarious ask. Krasnal wanted the op. Does he get away? Has to fight here. He knows it. They'll chase the Molotov just to get this kill. And Boomich, well worth the health loss.
Nickelback has hit some absolute rippers over the past couple days. Not ready for that.
I think he assumed SDY would run the other direction.
I think it was so soon that he hadn't really, his brain hadn't calibrated to there even being a CC in the vicinity. Wow, yeah, that money is pretty dreadful. I think they've got a buy because they've got a loss bonus. And yeah, this round, the MQQ so far up, no teammates nearby. I don't know what happened in terms of Palace. Did Forrester, did that smoke on Palace not bloom before? Could Forrester get a jewel before the smoke had bloomed or something? Because the MQQ didn't survive long when that hit was coming in. Yeah.
Travis. Boros is very fortunate to get away with this one. He'll catch a kill in mid, and they know that he's there, so Boros a dead man. And with two players already down and a limited buy, this is a disaster. This is a tough ask. Krasnal has a 5-7 to try and hold on towards B, so he says, no thank you. I will be out of here. I might try and retrieve a teammate's gun, and maybe they just already pull the ripcord on this round. As soon as the smoke fades, the execute comes through. This should be the cleanest, driest take of B that has ever been.
Welcome to the age of the aggro lurker, and Forrester certainly follows suit. He was lurking mid on this round, and he runs in, gets the first, collects Boros as he knew he was an underpass. And that's when Forrester's at his best, when he's off the leash a little bit. Always playing the periphery on the T side. And yeah, I think we said this quite a few times already, but the way this team is set up with the roles really does feel like it plays to a lot of the guys' strengths.
It's just one of those rosters where you look at it and you just immediately think, oh, this makes sense. Everything makes sense. Like everything about this. Like this is a hooch team, you know? The architect, it makes sense. Everything clicks. I
also think we've also mentioned this in the past. It's kind of actually better to view this as a new look Entropic. Of course, not under the same banner, but it's kind of, if you're looking at kind of the arc or where this team has come from, I think it's a better way to frame this squad as you've upgraded Elian to Deco, in my opinion. You've brought in someone with Boomish's experience to the Entropic core and essentially put anything Hooch and Nickelback had on steroids, and certainly he'll bring a lot outside the game. And Travis was an absolute beast individually as a raw rifler. So across the board, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about this one-win squad. Be a little bit up and down, but here in the Challenger League, they made an impressive run, and they can sniff a grand final.
Am I correct in saying as well that Travis is doing a little bit of what Crad used to do for that Entropic roster?
Yeah, he certainly plays some similar spots. No.
Ooh, not this round. Deleted. Krasnal under. This is a round with just two rifles, and they've run face first into both of them. So now, recovery is going to be the question. Boros will be able to get this gun underpass. That's an upgrade available. Seems like they want to fall into the A hit, but there's three bodies here. This is well set up for. Two of the rifles are here as well. Krasnal down for the count. But this is still about as good a set as they could be hoping. They go run into Q on the balcony can catch somebody off guard. No, won't. And Waro down immediately means that this melts back the other way. STY doesn't have armor, and he's got a USP. So it's about Boros on the flank if they're going to have a chance at this round, and now it is only about Boros. He should save. Something tells me he won't.
Match image check of Krat's old spots, because I can't quite... I remember it. I certainly know spots for a few maps.
It might actually knife Forrester. Would have been slick. Not quite going to have that, but he's got the second kill as well. Looking for the third. A 1v1 duel headshot available, but Boomich takes the wide angle. That got very spicy and shows why sometimes the Boros effect, even if it's not the safe play, can be a game changer.
Certainly in terms of Krat's current spots, they're basically identical to Travis. Travis plays a lot of... He's an aggressive player. And on the CD side, he plays a lot of middle map roles. But on the T side, he's a bit of a madman from the edges a lot of the time. He's either in the pack, or he's on the side, causing absolute mayhem. Well, those nades weren't perfect. I'm feeling a little blue after those. Oh, important duel. And Warrior just about to get it away with that one. How has Boros found this gap?
Boros things.
This is unbelievable.
Just Boros things. You'll note he's pushed underpass a lot of rounds. So at some point they may start holding him, but this is not that point. And he could be massively deadly here. They need to accelerate mid, otherwise Boros is going to catch them. And if they accelerate, well, they're into contact. There's the first one found. And Boros somehow gets a kill out of that. Made a hash of it. But you're so stuck. If you're Deco, try as you might, you're going to get pinched. It's over. They've got the bomb. 45 seconds. Players at the complete periphery.
Why are these guys facing in CT? Oh,
get it.
The timing.
Nearly gets the second. This could still unravel. Forster has no idea players here, though. Waro has that, so it's on to Travis. Damage is important for the long game, Alan. And these players are so very, very, very isolated that damage is very much a realistic possibility. Travis? There's talk 20 seconds. Krasnal will keep it under control.
What a wild round. Monte, they had 5 players essentially fighting mid at the start. They played up into Cat. They had the A anchor was coming into connector as well to help. So I think the intent was pretty obvious. They were going to fight it to the death. And they win a couple of initial duels, and Boros finds a heck of a gap. And wow, as scary as it got as he took that fight onto Deco in mid. He made it work in the end. Much more default. This time from Monte. As one win decided to change the pace into mid. Of course, last time was a fast mid take. And they met a lot of resistance, so that's the this is the call from Nickelback to change the pacing. They're going a little bit slower, and of course, as we can see, Monte too scared of a sight hit. They've given this up fully.
I think this is one of the things that Monte forces you to do as well. It's like playing a Furia. You just have to expect the push, so you've got to be clearing underpass. You've got to be calm in towards Palace. You got to have ideas, right? You see Forrester's approaching this site. For all he knows, there's a player at every corner. You have to assume that somebody's gotten frisky. But this is the one round where they seemingly haven't. As you said, default as can be. A duel with Waro on deck. 3 players here. If there's utility, he might be pushed off spots, but the shot goes wide. Now they know. Now their ops posted up. They clear out jungle. That's going to be huge. DemQ might have to be the key piece. He finds the first. Utility's starting to sail through, but it's not perfect. They don't have a lot of smokes. They just have a lot of kills. Oh my goodness. Bomb down. This one could already be over. Krasnal, what you got? What you got? They're pressuring you. What you got for us? Boomich, that's not a clear. A little unfortunate for Boomich. That might open the door back into this round. There is a kit in front of them in jungle, so they could go for it on the timing. It picked up, but they're forced back. And at this point, Alan, it's looking like an impossibility. They're just trying to withdraw with what they got.
Yeah, I would have felt a little bit ambitious in the 2v4 this was initially. But here, yeah. Been way too much to send those into the jaws. And that was a really nice round from one when they obviously didn't have the utility by virtue of losing the last, not having quite enough economy. But that was such a good display of just playing together, holding each other's angles. The first kill on Boris is absolutely monstrous, but it's also, you know, one player's holding catwalk. The spacing is good as they swing up. Deco's ready in case there's an AWP on Warrow re-peeking ticket onto all those players running up past the bench. So, really great coordination. And that's always a sign of a very good team.
These close-up digs. These close-up digs. Boros, gotta make you nervous. Ooh. Oh, what are you doing, Nickelback? Somehow gets away with that. Thought he was dead as dead can be. SDY, maybe a bit of a piece here. Could catch Forrester, and he does indeed. Oh, he's going for more. But the math still works out. Warrow. Wisdom would say maybe back away, but Warrow's never seen a fight he didn't like, so he'll go fourth and frag. Takes the first. Hop on the angle. You know exactly where he is.
Bomb's out of here. Bomb is out.
What is Boomich watching right now?
He's...
Boomich doesn't know he's in jungle.
I'm sure he just saw... Yeah, he saw the foot. He saw the foot. Bomb is now going to sprint to B.
This is an interesting one. Giving up the angle as well does mean... I mean, he's not going to, but Warrow could have started rotating at any point in here. They're going to trust that he doesn't. They're going to be correct. And this bomb's going to go down.
I think most players would save here in this 1-on-2. 42 HP, AWP in hand.
Most players aren't Warrow.
Yeah, that's what I was setting up. But he's actually he's actually positioning for the same. Still though, for a save around a couple, you know, two save guns into this round and Nico around it. It's a heck of a lot of damage, and that got very nerve-wracking. Boros, it's very rare he misses a deagle kill like that onto Nickelback, and but SDY did chime in with a couple nice ones to at least make this very costly.
For once, I think a panic jump just saved the player's life.
Yeah, I mean, the spacing for the trades wasn't brilliant, but the player behind, I think Travis, was just close enough. The craziest part is that Nickelback still actually gets the kill rather than it being Travis. Pretty wild.
Wild feels like a given with Monte in the server, right? It's always wild. You never just have a run-of-the-mill casual round. Something's got to get weird. I haven't seen a lot of Boros mid-fights. The last time we saw them on Mirage, Boros was swinging con every other round, and it seems like this time he might be thinking about it. Smoke goes in. He's in towards the connector. There's 3 players bunched here. They want this mid-fight, but something's called them off. They're not going through. At least not for the moment. And now this is interesting. They're out of position for this defense. Travis has already got space. Nickelback finds first contact. These players are stuck. Be a little bit of a shooting gallery, and indeed they start to falter, start to fall. This could already be a ripcord pull. SDY gets that mid player. They have no positioning towards the site. Travis, a cheeky angle. This fight jungle. Krasnov goes through. Krasnov goes through, but he's down for the count, and another one to falter. Travis feasting at the con smoke.
There goes all that CT money. That was... yeah, so... Monte, they were kind of given A, hadn't they? They're playing multiple numbers in towards connector and jungle. SDY here might not also survive, and Nickelback's looking in the right place. But yeah, their setup really was not great. Cool, that one win went 4, and the timing's beautiful despite the low HP. SDY is collected by Nickelback, and Monte, Kraz now just swinging stairs. Lower stairs. Without any nades down. It's a little bit ill-advised. They were so badly positioned for a retake, I guess, is the one angle, but that was almost suicidal as he peeked out on his own, and a little bit more restraint would have given Monte a better chance, I think, in the previous.
Restraint is not a word they know. Deco, 1 for 1. Actually lost Travis, though. Still lives. This mid-exertion is powerful. Demq waiting. They know he's there. He's played either Balk or under Balk pretty much every round early on, so they have learned to dig it out. Boros still wants to fight. Boros drops the bomb. Boros! Having the Boros round. Boomich is backed off as a result of it. Now they want to wait for Deco to get activated in towards mid. No one's watching for this approach just yet. Once the smoke fades, this could get spicy, but they know the bomb's still down. I have a chance here in towards window. No, they got the bomb. They got the bomb out. Deco finds a kill as well. Now this is a very different fight indeed. Ooh, risky with the utility swings, but it works. Krasnal's stuck. The bomb's going to take a while to get over here. But in the meantime, Deco can go looking. Clearing out sight lines, clearing out angles. Bomb's going to be planted. That mid player is too late, but Boomich is delaying. Delaying could be a problem. Bomb down now. Boomich alone. A 1v2 to try and seal the deal on this round. Information on both players. On a spot on one. He's not got the kill just yet. There's the swing in. He's got the first. Isolating the fights, and Boomich is good for it.
What a round. Give Boros some credit.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, when you're in a hero M4'd himself in this round. And this is a space where, you know, peeking alone can work. You got to try and make a play. That kill onto bench was absolutely brutal onto Deco. But Boomich is a little bit too much. He's, let's say it is the end of his tenure on Na'Vi. His positions and the calling would have taken a toll on his individual play. It is nice to see Boomich back in great individual form and able to showcase that he's not lost it as an individual player whatsoever.
Travis trying to make his way out of Palace. They have to know DemQ could just be below this. Done it so many times, and that's a bit of a lazy clear, considering this is a perennial position for DemQ, but it's going to be okay. 1 for 1 and a kill elsewhere means now we got us off site. Forrester cleaned up, at least. The silencer does give away that there are, surprise, surprise, players in con. And Nickelback deliver a shot to the
Oh, that's how it landed on the box. That's crazy.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Krasnal, what do you got for us? Krasnal, 1v1 now. Boomich needs another clutch. Back-to-back clutch wins this would be. This time the bomb's down, though, so it's a lot more comfortable. Just the one player to find. Footsteps heard. He's just waiting his time. He knows he's got him. Krasnal stuck, and Boomich plays him like a fiddle. Years
of experience. Knew he didn't need to peek. And it gets a little bit funky, but it doesn't matter. We're into round 15. There's enough money in reserve. This initial trade was good. The thing that surprises me is the amount of rounds that DemQQ is playing aggressively on A, and there's nobody even in the same postcode. He'd be much better off playing retake, I think, in a lot of these rounds, at least until he gets some numbers over. And a few too many fundamental errors on the CD side so far from Monte. They're getting punished.
Creature of habits. As far as these Monte players, at times, that's a big clear for Forrester. Takes that mid control, asserts himself here. They didn't even throw smokes just yet. Now they come out. Now they start to section off the sight lines, but they went ahead of it. And the contact play means Waro is down. Krasnal drop, trying to get aggressive. This is a disastrous start for Monte for the last round of the half. Spot on this apartment's player means you're gone. SCY. Boros with one. One's far from enough. The DemQ, for once, is the last player alive in a round. Let's see if he can pull off the impossible. A 1v4.
He is never clearing Forrester. Surely not.
No. And even if he does, this is just the early warning system. Nightmare 50-50 peek and shot to the back of the head. 11 rounds domination for one win to send us to the half. And we are live here, folks. One win, Monte, and a dominant first half for One Win sees them set up beautifully for their defense. It is One Win's map pick, but Monte have looked a little out of their depth, shall we say, as they've been struggling to find answers to what One are presenting. Spot in towards a player ramp. I don't think Boros got the information back the other way, but Boomich knows they're headed his direction. Not a kill, damage. Pressure on. A lot's gonna ride on the shoulders of Nickel back here. Eventually, he'll find one. I don't know that that's conclusive. And a player top mid's gonna make them a little slowed down in this retake.
They've got no kit either. They need to go. But this top connector is so annoying. And SDY's put the fear of God in them.
They're just gonna ignore him. They're just gonna ignore him and all come out jumping. Trust that he'll be a little late into the fray while they try and kill his teammates. They know two have gone towards CT, so they're just swinging. They're fighting, but DemQ is up for the test. 1, 2, finds himself a third as well. And it was actually 4 in the round as a much-needed pistol falls the way of Monte.
Yeah, we didn't see the engagement there in mid, but it looked like a lot of bullets were shot between the two players. One in window, one on the mid floor. But his ass bomb position is a little bit too easy to get enveloped. Here comes the force buy. Double scout. Boomich on the second. I'm intrigued. Where are you, Boomich? CT. Can you get involved?
Nice shot for Waro. Good way to start things off. It is the heavy presence here towards the B side, but it's just Waro so far, and he is a one-man wrecking crew. Travis could have a cheeky chance. Travis will have a cheeky chance. First one found, knows others there, but doesn't account for the third. Travis down for the count. The chances to do damage in this round, well, they're dwindling. Nickelback got a shot, but he's down for the count, and already 3 players are hunting to take 1 scout away. That is just the Monte effect. I think the way to play these force buy rounds, if you're playing against Monte, is to hide and try and ninja defuse after they all go hunt.
That'd be the alpha move. 1 firebox, 1 boosted B site, 1 sitting behind bench, not facing. What else could you play?
I think it's the strat.
All by kits. Everybody has a kit.
Everybody has a kit and a smoke. That's all you need. Well, no. You have 3 players buy like they're normally doing a force buy, right? And fighting so that it gives the impression. Do a little retake or whatever. And then go hunt. That's the way to start the round. Somehow Waro is the only one who takes a point of damage as he just gets bottled in the back of the head. But that is a waste of a Molotov. Fortunately, they've got 4 more now.
I'm waiting to see where these nades go. Boomich and Nickelback. They are both on A. Maybe in connector? You really do not need to throw it yet, guys. At least wait for the top corner smoke. Give it a second. Wait for a flashbang. I'm watching. Will we get a nice slam dunk?
Well, they're just trying to draw him in. They're going, God, though. Oh, there's a player here.
Nate,
there's a player here.
Nate, come on.
Do it. Trust your instincts. Turn off the targeting computer. Use the force. Smoke fades. Krasnall's right here.
Here we go.
It's only Krasnall.
Here we go.
Now they know. Come on, lads. What did you buy them for? Krasnall soaks 1. It doesn't actually do that much damage. They're going to swing him. The second nade is way too late. That is the most unimpressive nade stack I've ever seen. Barely can even be called a stack.
Like a dribble. Barely did any damage. And he's still going to live. 5 alive here. I think it was 4 alive in the previous. Pretty monstrous for that T-side economy. And in terms of grinding themselves back into this game, well, that's going to set them up very, very nicely as they get into this T-side campaign. Of course, still quite a lot of work to do, and now up against rivals going to be more tricky. But they give themselves a little bit of breathing room here from an economic standpoint.
Boros has to commit the smoke, and he'll be dead as a result.
Oh, he's so far ahead of his teammates. Look at this.
Yeah, just had the spawn, wanted to make the move, maybe not communicating quite intact. They still want to go for B, though, based on this posturing. It's going to be heavy catwalk presence, which means Travis. Next contact, Travis deleted. Pressure on for Forrester. Now, this is a tough hold. No one can get here and support. Nickelback stuck window, and they're not rotating off yet. It's not a commitment, to be fair. And Krasnall finding that kill mid-side A. To make life difficult. Must have just found that before the smoke bloomed. This is now a very spread defense. One win needs an individual to come up huge. Monte winning isolated fights around the map despite the initial loss. This is playing very much right into their hands. They're going to challenge Forrester again.
This is so spread out from the CD side. So spread out. As you said, it has to be an individual just winning some straight up duels. There's the first, but can't make it 2. Nickelback is sprinting, but Deco is a long way off, and there's no kit if the bomb gets planted here.
I'm amazed they're committing into this. Now that Nickelback's out, they kind of have to. Deleted. Knew SDY was there, but thought he'd maybe gotten a little further forward. Deco got it back here. This is one of those rounds. Look, it was basically lost once the player dies. Forrester, right, gets caught outside of B. But the micro makes me wonder a little bit about the comms sometimes, right? Because Nickelback should have known exactly where SDY was based on the way Forrester died, and instead leaves himself massively exposed to it. Probably was dead man regardless, but it's just kind of the manner of it, Alan. It's a little hectic, shall we
I want to
say.
see a replay of these mid fights. Unfortunately, a little bit later, but because it was, I think the round is this: the free going B apps for Monte. They fake B and let Boros presumably fight a little bit out of apartments. Obviously, he died before we could see exactly the plan, and then they let 2 mid players walk. But for whatever reasons, nobody picked up catwalk for the B players, and the player off cat, I think it was Travis, committed to a catwalk fight when someone should have had his back. So, yeah. Those are the, that is a clear-cut example of, that is hard. You only learn those things from officials and seeing the mistake, and then the catwalk can connect to player on the same page from then on. But, yeah. A few cracks here, and suddenly, especially given this is a pretty light half buy, is this game on now after a disastrous first half for Monte?
It feels that way. I want to see the economy stabilize right now, but it feels like one win are playing Monte's game to a degree, in that they're just, I mean, it's kind of how both these teams like to play. It's a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of the individuals, right? And in the first half, that was working for one win because they were moving as a pack and they were punishing this individual plays for Monte, but now the same's true for the other side. So how do you counter it? Do you go for some aggressive controlling towards A ramp? Do you go for a little bit of space in towards Palace? I don't know, but sitting in the default certainly hasn't worked. This is a heavy mid lane, and 3 players are here for the T side. If they wander in, these pistols could make this very interesting.
I've seen the smoke, but nothing else, and I don't think Warrior is aware of how many players are around him.
Boomich in the corner.
It just feels on a knife edge, doesn't it? Surely the CD's going to pounce soon.
Ant hasn't gotten the memo about the power of the 5-7 yet. The thing is, if Krasnov comes out first and finds contact first, that could actually totally disrupt the setup. But he doesn't. Still, CZ can't quite find the kill. Boris holds up to the first front, and now no one's positioned for it. This is where Krasnov gets activated. Now they're very uncomfortable. They don't know which way to look. Travis gets one, but one is all they get. Deco maybe gets caught, but he won't even have that happen. I was going to say Deco maybe gets a catch, but Oro deals with him on the other side. So only 2 rounds separate these teams. This rifle round now, there's no excuses. You've got enough to make this work here for one win. They got to prove it to us.
Pause could have been handy, I guess, to just at least confirm we're on the same page. The T money is absolutely excellent. So they're going to have 3, 4, maybe 5 buys on the trot if there's some bomb plants coming in. Oh, triple nade on connector. Thank God nobody from one win was around. But that is information for this CT side. I'm kind of stunned they're loading up B with 2 players. Did they not make the call that there were 3 nades in con?
Oh, look at this late mid aggression. This is going to get spicy. Nickelback wants the peek. Does he have a flash for it? Which doesn't have it. Travis, I suppose, does. That's a tricky angle to throw, so they're just set up for this. Clearing underpass, getting that information. MQ chilling Palace. He's going to call for his teammates to come back through. Hasn't seen a push. Haven't given up the ground. This is going to get very interesting.
So they are actually going to commit to the mid setup. Boomish and Nickelback are pushing. They're pushing. They're pushing. Did they see him on the pixel? Oh, I think Warrior did.
Warrior did.
Oh, and the other way around, and that is a disaster. Only,
But,
maybe
wait,
Nickelback.
they didn't see Nickelback. They only saw the one. SDY, no, he's wise to it. They know all. They know everything. Monte's so ready.
There's no time here to muck about with the bomb.
They keep shifting.
Yeah. They've got to commit whichever way they go now. Bomb is clearly intending for B. As these 2 A players continue for pressure. Forrester needs to go absolutely massive first. He's found but Molly surely flushes him out. Somehow makes it 2, and that Molly is not spreading. Oh. No way! Boris thought he had moved. Boris thought he had moved there at the end because of the Molotov. But Forrester is an absolute monster as he gets his lumberjack axe down and takes 3 trees to go.
That Molly will be fixed in Source 2, Alan.
We hope.
Spread. Oh, so unfortunate for Monte that it doesn't spread the way you would expect, and it doesn't fill the van space. Forrester, though, they needed a big play, right? One win was caught out. They were spread out. No one could help him. He was just on an island, and he stands strong.
Would have been so difficult to see Forrester as well. With all those sort of the molly smoke and flames this time. Not getting away with this time.
Only so much cheekiness that you can allow to one player.
Mid is seeded. Forrester's up close in connector. So mid is fully cleared for this T side, but what's the next move? Very passive stance from the CT side as Deco's playing in market, essentially holding the murder hole.
Nickelback's going to go looking.
This get really nervy if players get up out of connector. It's info plays nice.
Demq will have heard that.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where it doesn't really help them, does it? Because Nickelback's calling there's nobody A, and that is not the case.
Still jiggling it with smoke in hand. He's ready. He's wary. A boost up on bricks. Oh, World spotted. World dead. That's a huge find. Now that mid control gets wrapped away, and instead of what they thought was a free and clear path to set up for a site take, they got to be so wary of the cat play. They're going in towards B. They're funneled in, and the timing's perfect for Boomich. He gets one. He's able to fade away. Now Nickelback can set up for the next approach. He's not able to capitalize. Boomich neither. Down on the dirt. He got his kill before he was finished off. So an advantage rests for one win, and players are starting to get into the angle. Deco on it. Flashbang. Not enough. He dodges it nimbly. And SDY down for the count. One win. This wasn't an individual play. This was the setup holding strong.
Just about, but they were leaning 3B in essence for a lot of that round. This information play is beautiful. That wins the round. Boomich has a couple nice frags, but there was a moment there where Nickelback is alone in ramp. Boomich is deep in towards CT. If they can somehow take down Nickelback, Boomich is going to have a hard time holding ramp and the players swinging up connectors. So it's a good hold in the end. And this man, Boomich, did a lot of work to get that round over the line.
Oh, Krasnal, that's a ripper of a shot. Now they got B site for free. Demq getting a kill elsewhere means that there is no information. Aggro push punish. Players dropping bit by bit. And it's all on to Deco, who at this point won't even be allowed the possibility of the save. That, a relentless response from Monte. It'll limit the money. It's going to be a bit awkward for one win. They're going to buy in regardless, but you could see from the glass cannon already on Deco that this is far from perfect.
It's an absolute non-starter, the previous. Forrester looked like Krasnal peeked in front of his molly, deep in apartments. He goes down, and from there, a B-split comes in, and then Bombing just don't have the numbers on that side of the map to do anything. But it's a little bit limited. Deco's found an entry. That's on towards A. Top stairs. Takes down Waro, going for the polar peak. Over towards ramp, and it doesn't work. Big man advantage in the round where they have nothing in reserve.
So down Forrester. Ooh, just out of there in the nick of time. Q was going to play him on the fade, and damn, Q's still ready for it. Forrester wanted info. He hadn't had anything given away, but Travis will try and retake the space just in the nick of time. Smoke to give him a bit of cover, but that allows them out of the apps. The bomb's going down. Ain't nothing can be done about that. Utility burn, but a late molly is going to section off Cat as well. Go for the retake with his advantage, but this could quickly swing.
I feel this flank needs to work. Important. There's no kit, no nades for this T side. I think Nickelback needs to find frags.
Gonna have a duel with Krasnal. Krasnal by the van. There's the kill on the player. Jail. The trade is there, but are they gonna expect another in apps? No, certainly not. It accelerates. Boomich can't finish it. And Deco without armor. Without armor, without time, without kit. He's got to get out of here. Knows there's a player van. That player is dead. You don't even need to stick around, Deco. The bomb will do the trick. And he's out of here. Does Krasnal get far enough away? He does. All right. Cool guys don't look at explosions, Alan. They blow things up, then walk away.
Yeah. This was 11-4 on the half for one win, going on to the stronger side. The wheels are crumpling. Not so round anymore. They go over rough terrain. And this one's just a half buy. This one's just a half buy. They're losing consistent entries on these gun rounds. And I know they got the first kill there, but in terms of the actual hit came in, they were losing numbers thick and fast. It's getting scary.
Nice shot from Boros. Great entry. First problem taken out of play. Boomich wants to be a bit more of a problem, but he's not got teammates close at hand, and he's overwhelmed. Deco's found one, but that's far from making this a possibility. Never mind, we're into a 2-on-2. Deco's out, Deco's out. They're so focused on Forrester as well. Deco might have a little bit of a window to make something work here. Smoke to provide cover. Deco's so paranoid of going down, and Demq is here as the insurance policy, but now Demq's gonna have to make a move. He'll have heard the scope, but he's not got the shot. What a way to get the recovery. It looked like this was the round where Monte pulled close, pulled neck and neck, but instead they get kicked right back.
This was the weakest buy for a while for one win. Just the orb, some pistols in the mix, and a few mistakes creeping in from Monte. They live or die by the individual plays. I'm not sure what was going on with Waro towards the end. I mean, I guess it's quite a tight angle, but it's such a risk. I mean, you're man up. You know their buy is bad. I think he would have been open to Deco if he got out in front of that connector smoke as well. So, oof, massive round to win. That flips the economy. But top spot Waro goes out and takes down Travis. Well, it's quite a response.
There's a gap. There's a gap. Nickel back. About to collect. There you go. Numbers back even. Boros caught slipping. That's a huge find off of just a slightly misplaced smoke.
Deco's super alone. He is super alone. He has to make this work.
Has to hit it. Has to hit that first shot. And he'll do exactly that. Able to fall away. They're not close enough to chase. Grenade to follow. He's got the spacing. And with the Molotov as well, he'll guarantee it. Smoke too deep out from Monte, and it's just to prevent the re-peek. Just to keep the doubt in their mind. It will keep Forrester close. Maybe allow an adjustment. They've got a minute. They've still got time. But they're wary. You can see Demq's even paranoid that the ramp push has come through because it's what Monte would have done. The roles were reversed. Nickelback timing everything here. He collects one, traded out, but that's all the information he needed. He knows it all. Bit of a misplay, perhaps, but the trade is there. Forrester giving himself up all onto Waro, and Waro damaged up. Takes the jump into window, gives himself some options. Ooh, nice bit of movement. And he's away. But Boomich has the read. Boomich has the read, and Boomich has rotated. He's committed. Made a bit of a gamble on his suspicions, on his instincts. So far, they're absolutely correct. If Waro goes either way, he should encounter a crosshair, but... Oh, now he's making noise. He's been heard. Deco! Deco! Comes out on top. Makes it risky, makes it frisky. Gives Waro a chance, but one he cannot bring home.
That was a round when Monte had the man advantage. This slight gap dooms Boros and the peak. I love the peak from Nickelback. He was low HP. They needed some info. And he might only go 1 for 1. But the info gained is absolutely monstrous. And they never expect another player to peek again in Boomich. Oh no, missed window smoke. Missed window smoke. There's nobody in there to punish directly. But that is not a good omen.
For one, the Molotov doing its work. It's a fast lane towards mid. A fast collapse from Boros. That's a massive find. Pressure going to be on. Nickelback will take this space towards Tetris. It should be a strong position to play from if they actually move towards the site. They might think it's clear. And if Forrester can get here in time, you get a crossfire. But I don't think he will. Wary of the push. Nickelback now going looking. Drops the bomb. This gives time for Forrester to activate, but SDY is immediate in his response. They're still in the back foot. They're still under pressure. That Molly's a little bit awkward, and now Travis gets activated from Cat. They have a decent idea of where this player's coming from, but they still need to plant. That's going to commit one of these sets of hands. It does. Pepper through. Waro down to 1 HP. The spam is so good. And Waro says, Boros, you go plant. Boros, you go plant. Let's see. HE not gonna find. But it's pressure on Boros. What a find to try to get out of here. 35 seconds. They realize they can't do it. The op's looking. Not found. And Woro, 1 HP or no, somehow pulls it off. Monte lived to fight another day.
That was on the brink, wasn't it? So many points. It's the same round they ran earlier with the B fake into the mid walk. This time it played out a little bit differently. But Boris's entry from catwalk on towards the A side proper was monstrous. That is what blows the round open and gives them a real chance. Got a bit frisky, though. Got a bit frisky. Monte needs to tighten up a tad. Of course, this one's just a half buy. Deco's over a hero orb. I guess it worked last time, but economically, this is a big risk if he doesn't carry this into the following.
Speaking of big risks, solo lock up or up mid rather with a deagle. Bit cheeky, shall we say? Op's gonna have its chance to chime in. Utility to seal off the angles. They haven't revealed it yet. That's the thing. Deco, he doesn't want to go for the spam shots because he doesn't want to show that they've got the AWP here. The eagle spam to make them think that's all there is. And on the window fade smoke, maybe that op gets a chance to strike, but they're going to gamble it. If he goes through the murder hole, it's a full-on risky gamble. Deco strikes. There we go. There's the first one. Op revealed. Kill found. Forrester making it interesting in the apps. He's got the bomb. He's got the bomb, Alan. Now they can reinforce. He knows his flank is secure. He knows he can focus forward, and there's no one even close to doing anything
Boris
about this.
is going to be too late. Boris is going to be too late. The flank was nice, but now they're on top of the bomb. Weapons recovered. They need a miracle. They need an absolute miracle to recover this bomb, let alone win the round.
Even on timing alone, the chances just aren't there. SDY might need to save this AWP.
Up against 15
far
rounds.
More than he'll get. Oh, you're right. It's done. I don't know what I'm talking about. You can't save it. Can he even win it? 20 seconds. Has to take it towards B. They know it. Nickelback will finish things off with a 5-7. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
What a way to win the game. 1 4-spot op and a baller play from Forrester in the apartments. That's how you assert yourself. That's how you make the individuals work.
That was a punchy game of Counter-Strike. 1 win.